Hello everyone and welcome back to this lecture. Now in this tutorial we'll be covering some of the basic Linux commands, and in order for you to get to know Linux better, the good way would be to start off with learning these basic commands that I will teach you right now. So to start off, we just want to open up our terminal, which is this icon right here. So just click on it. It should open up this terminal, and if you want to, you can enlarge it a little bit so you can see things better. Right here, from this box right here, we will be running all our programs, most of our programs, and we will be running all of the other commands. So you better get used to this, as we will be doing most of our work from here. So the first command I want to show you is pwd, which stands for print working directory. So it basically just prints out the current directory that you are in, which in my case is /root. Now, if we wanted to change directory, we would firstly need to know what subdirectories are in /root. In order to list all the files and all the subdirectories in /root, we can just type here ls, which will show us all of the current subdirectories that are located in the /root directory. As we can see, we have desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, and many more. By many more, I mean 2 more. So, if you, for example, wanted to list all of the files that are in the /root directory, you would do it with ls-la command. What this does is basically it will print out also these subdirectories, but it will also print out the hidden files and hidden subdirectories. And we can see right here it printed out more files than this command right here. So as you can see, all of these files that start with dot are not being seen in the ls command. So if you want to take a wide view on all of the current files in this /root directory, you can do it with ls-la command. Now also one important command is to clear screen, so you don't see all of this all the time. You can do it with a simple command which basically, just as it says, just clears. So type here clear, and it should remove all of the commands that we ran previously, and it should give us a new and freshly open terminal. For example, let's say you wanted to go to the desktop directory, which is subdirectory of /root. You can do that with a simple 2-letter command, which is basically just cd desktop. This cd stands for change directory, and it will basically just put us in the desktop directory right now. As you can see right here, the terminal is now located in the /desktop directory. If we type here the pwd once again, it will show us that now our current directory is /root/desktop. Now let's say, for example, you wanted to create a file in the desktop directory. You can do that with the simple command, which is touch, and let's say file.txt, for example. And now if we type here ls, which will list all the files in this directory, it will just print out the file.txt. We created that file.txt with this command right here. So basically touch command creates files, and let's say right now we, for example, wanted to remove this file. Now how do we remove that file? We remove it with also a 2-letter command, which is just rm. Stands for remove. So we just type here remove file.txt, and if we type here ls once again, which will list all the files in the directory, we'll see nothing, because the only file that was there was the file that we previously created and then after deleted it. So let's cover that once again. We are currently in the /root/desktop directory, and if we want to create a file, we basically type touch file.txt. Now this doesn't have to be file.txt, it can be anything. .txt, it can just basically be anything. So for example, it doesn't even have to be .txt. So touch anything, and if we type ls once again, we can see there is a file called anything. So let's do again, let's remove it. We type here rm anything, and if we type ls once again, it won't be there anymore. Now, we covered how to make files right now, but let's say we, for example, wanted to create a subdirectory in this desktop directory. So to make a directory, which is basically just a folder, you want to type the command mkdir, which stands for make directory, and then type here the directory name you want to make. So for example, let's say we want to make directory called Kali. It will, and let's say we list right here the current desktop directory. It will have a subdirectory called Kali that we just created. Now you might notice that the subdirectories are different color than basic files. So let's make our file 1 again, file1.txt, and let's list again. You can see that the file1.txt is white while the subdirectory is blue. So files will be different color than subdirectories. You should know that. Well, it's not that important, but you will get used to it in time. So let's delete the file once again with the rm command. Now to delete the subdirectory, you want to use the same rm command, which is file1, which is, pardon me, Kali. But you will notice that if we want to delete the Kali, it will says cannot remove Kali is a directory. Now, in order for us to delete a directory, we need to add a -r at the end of command. So just type here again rm Kali and just add here -r. And as you can see, the command worked properly, and if we type ls again, it won't be there. There is no Kali directory anymore. So let's clear our screen with the clear command, and right now I just want to tell you before I cut this tutorial right here that the command rm -r is very dangerous. Now you might be asking why. Well, basically I will show you why. For example, let's create a directory called file, for example. Here we can see with the ls command is right there, and we want to change our current directory into the file directory. We do it like this, and you can see that our current path right now is /desktop/file. We're in the directory that we previously created. So now let's say that we create 3 files right here, file1, touch file2, touch file3. And if we type ls here, we can see that right now we have 3 files right here. Now, why is the rm -r command so dangerous? Well, if you're a root account and you just type here rm -r, pardon me, if you, yes, rm, you will notice that the rm, the star and then -r command deleted everything. So now you might be wondering, so what, we just deleted all 3 files in one command, which basically this star right here is referring to all the files in the subdirectory. So if you type here this command, which is rm *-r, it will delete all of the files in the current directory. So as you can see, we don't have any file left. Now the reason this is so dangerous is because if we go to the root directory and type here the same command, rm *-r, it will basically delete all the files on the Linux system, which will make your Kali Linux machine crash and not work anymore. Now I'm not sure if they updated it and if it asks for some permissions, well, not permissions but confirmation in order to run this command, but we will not test it right here because you will be deleting all of the files in this system. So for this part 1 tutorial, that would be it. We will cover other commands in the part 2 tutorial with the basic Linux commands, and I hope I see you there. Bye.